Hello and welcome. I'm your instructor, Marie Athey, and I will be presenting basic information regarding fall prevention in the workplace. The purpose of this lesson is to provide workers such as you with information that will enable you to recognize major fall hazards at construction work sites. Did you know that falls are a major cause of fatalities on a construction site? By taking this training, you are investing in valuable knowledge that can protect you or a coworker from hazards or even potentially fatal injuries. Think about this. What would happen to your life if something happened to you? Who would care for your family? What about the hobbies you enjoy? By completing this training, you have invested in your safety and the well-being of not only yourself, but the things you value in your life as well. Now, this lesson is comprised of 4 topics. We're going to go over what is fall hazards, what are the major types of fall hazards in construction, how can I protect myself from fall hazards, and what is my employer required to do to protect workers from falls. Now, fall hazards are present at most work sites, and many workers are exposed to these hazards on a daily basis. A fall hazard is anything at your work site that could cause you to lose your balance or lose bodily support and result in a fall. Any walking or working surface can be a potential fall hazard. Anytime you're working at a height of 4 feet or more, you are at risk. Now, OSHA generally requires that fall protection be provided at 4 feet in general industry, 5 feet in maritime, and 6 feet in construction. On scaffolds, fall protection is required at 10 feet. In steel erection, workers on walking working surfaces with unprotected sides or edges above 15 feet must be protected. Now, there are some exceptions for connectors and workers working in controlled decking zones for heights between 15 and 30 feet, and you need to look at your 29 CFR 1926, section 76C. However, regardless of the fall distance, fall protection must be provided when working over dangerous equipment and machinery. The importance of fall protection cannot be stressed enough. Some examples of falls that have been recorded are falls from elevation or ground level to lower levels, falls through existing floor or roof openings such as skylights, falls through floor or roof surfaces, and also falls on the same level. And also, workers have been known to jump from structures and equipment. Now let's talk about some statistics from the Bureau of Labor Statistics. They found that the leading causes of worker deaths in the construction industry were from falls, struck by objects, caught in between, and electrocution. These are called the Fatal 4, the Focus 4, and they're responsible for nearly 3 out of 5, or 59% of construction worker deaths. Nearly half, or 48% of all fatal falls in private industry involve construction workers. Data from long-term study indicates the types of falls that are causing worker deaths. In the period between 1992 and 2005, about 1/3 of the fatal falls in construction were from roofs. 18% were from scaffolding or staging, and 16% were from ladders. 8% were from girders or structural steel. The other 25% of fatal falls include falls through existing floor openings, from non-moving vehicles, and from aerial lifts. Now, occupational fatalities caused by falls are serious, very serious concern in the industry. This lesson will help you identify fall hazards at construction work sites so that you can be protected. So you might ask yourself, how can I protect myself from a fall hazard? The 3 generally acceptable methods of protection for workers on a construction site who are exposed to vertical drops of 6 feet or more are guardrails, safety net systems, and personal fall arrest systems such as PFAS. Guardrails are considered prevention systems as they stop you from having a fall in the first place. Safety net systems are designed to catch you and break your fall, and they must be placed as close as practicable under your working surface, but never more than 30 feet below. A personal fall arrest system consists of an anchorage connector, a full body harness, and they work together to break your fall. In general, it's better to use fall prevention systems such as guardrails than fall protection systems such as safety nets or fall arrest devices, because prevention systems provide more positive safety means. Scaffold work requires guardrails or a personal fall arrest system on any platform 10 feet or higher. Also, do not climb cross-bracing on scaffold as means of access. Safe access must be provided by your employer, such as a ladder. Ensure that your fall protection equipment is right for the work you're doing, in good condition, and that you use it properly. Remember that your employer needs to provide you with protection to prevent falls at the work site, and they also need to train you on that protection that they provide you. So OSHA's fall protection standards require employers to provide fall protection for you when you're exposed to fall hazards. The standards set the criteria and practices for fall protection systems and require training. The standards cover hazard assessment, fall protection, and safety monitoring systems, controlled access zones, safety nets, guardrail, Personal fall arrest, warning line, and positioning device systems are also addressed. Employers are required to assess the workplace to determine if walking working surfaces on which you work have the strength and structural integrity and to safely support the workers. You're not permitted to work on these surfaces unless it has been determined that the surfaces have the strength and structural integrity to support all workers. Once employers have determined that the surface is safe for workers, the employer must select one of the permitted types of fall protection for the work operation if a fall hazard is present. For example, if you're exposed to falling 6 feet or more from an unprotected side or edge, the employer must select a guardrail system, safety net system, or a personal fall arrest system to protect the worker. There are similar requirements for other fall hazards. So remember, fall protection is probably one of the most important things you consider when you're working out on the job site. Remember, keep it safe, stay safe. Larry, what are you doing, Larry? Thanks for joining us today. I hope you enjoyed this lesson about fall protection. We're going to have more topics that we'll be talking about in the weeks coming up. Remember, falls, leading cause of fatalities in construction sites, and you can do your part to prevent it as well too. Take the training from your employer, wear your fall protection, use the right types of fall protection equipment to prevent injuries, accidents, and fatalities on the work site. Thanks and have a safe day.